This is Jeanne on Nereida. It's a lovely sunny day, no cloud, no rain here in Belvedere Cove at the San Francisco Yacht Club. Really lovely day. Here's Nereida waiting to leave in front of the clubhouse here. Beautiful, calm day. I'm sure it's blowing a hoolie probably outside the Golden Gate, but inside the Bay Area here it's flat calm. Really. And some RS-21s over there. Flat calm water. Getting ready to leave in a little bit, waiting a little bit just to make sure that things have died down a little bit more than after the stormy weather of the last few days. So looking forward to getting down to Half Moon Cove later on today. Getting ready to go. Okay, thank you very much and have a happy Christmas and happy holidays.
Thank you for stopping by.
Okay, to Tiburon. Beautiful day. Keeping in the channel, but there's quite a lot of water actually. So here are green markers. We've got 12 feet depth, so we've got plenty of water. And now we're coming out towards Angel Island, and then we'll turn down towards the Golden Gate. The Corinthian Yacht Club. No one else moving at the moment. We just dropped all the way down, suddenly from 18. We've dropped right down sharply to deep water, 156, 155 feet or more. So no problem with depth at the moment. And it's nice also, there's Angel Island, the other side of Angel Island of course. You can see clearly here. Yeah, and I'm trying out my new Rode microphone, seeing whether I can get that system working. Should make the audio a lot better than it has been, especially when I've got a bit of a breeze. So there's Angel Island, and here we are looking out through the windscreen on the cockpit, and I'm just about to enjoy a little bit of coffee. Oh, there's my plotter, by the way. Don't really even see anything there. There we go. Okay, we'll give that up. Alright, so we're underway. We're making, let's see what the instruments are saying, 5.9 over the ground. We've got a bit of flood against us, but hopefully that will slacken off shortly, and then we'll get the rest of the way down. We've got pretty well no wind, a little bit of wind on the nose because we're motoring, and we're down in deep water. So heading towards the Golden Gate now. There's where we've just come from. There's the marina there, the yacht club, and we're passing by this little headland here, which separates Belvedere Cove and Tiburon from Richardson Bay, heading on towards the Golden Gate. I just took in all the lines and the remaining fenders, make sure that they're shipshape, and everything's looking fine. I've got the autopilot working, which is good, and just keeping an eye on my depth. It just went down from 84 feet to 18 feet, but and there's a sea line just here, I think, just dive down. Anyway, okay, so there's Richardson Bay, going by this little headland here, Richardson Bay, and on the other side of those hills are the open ocean. Of course, as usual, one of the first jobs after leaving port is to sort out the lines. Taken a lot of them in and coil them up, put them away, and the fenders are all up and out of the way, so that's good. Okay, and beautiful day here, just another view of what I'm seeing. So here's the Golden Gate. We're looking north towards Richardson Bay, and then we're coming around. Richardson Bay is very big. Coming round, you can't see Belvedere Cove anymore because it's out of sight around the corner there. There's Angel Island. Expecting to do any sailing today. I'm really feeling I need to get back into boat mode. I've been off the boat for so long. But what a lovely day to start out after that storm that we've showing well now. So there's leave you with a view of Alcatraz and San Francisco City. Now you have San Francisco City and looking over finally to the Golden Gate Bridge, which is showing now. So that's where we'll be heading for now. Out through the gate, out through the channel, and then we go head south down towards Half Moon Bay. There's always something special about going under the Golden Gate Bridge. Every time you do it, it's such an exciting feeling. Back towards Richards Bay, Angel Island over there. Lovely day. The wind is getting up. I'm hearing a few Air Force planes overhead, making a bit of a noise. And we'll test out the microphone, see whether you can hear me despite the wind blowing. Okay, bye for now. Golden Gate Coast Guard Station. And here we are, getting closer and closer to that magnificent bridge. What a lovely day. Good to be underway again. Under the bridge, heading out, heading south. Fantastic. Bye to San Francisco, goodbye to Alcatraz, and just passed under the bridge, so we're on our way heading south. There's a big marker looking at 1 Mile Rock, and there it is out there. We're trying to make sure we avoid it, obviously, because there are quite a few shallows around it. So we've changed course slightly. It's good to have the autopilot working, and interestingly we've got a headwind under motor, of course, of 12 knots apparent. So the north wind that I've been expecting has not quite happened. We've got the flood tide against us, so we're only making 4.5 knots over the ground, although we're pushing quite hard with the engine. The flood should be diminishing soon, in another hour or so. It should be getting less, so we should, and going down the coast, the ebb after that will help us get down. And we've got plenty of depth. The depth is showing 143 feet, so no problem over in that sense. But yeah, the wind is interesting, because I was expecting that I'd have a strong north wind at the moment, and that's clearly not happening. Even allowing for our pushing with the engine, we should still see a wind from the north, and we're not. So we'll see how that goes over the day. Point Lobos now, so there's the Golden Gate behind us, astern of us, and there's the west side of San Francisco City with the park in between. And here's the point that we're heading to in the distance there. We're heading more south now, almost due south, not quite. So we're getting quite a bit of swell, as expected, a northwest swell, because of the stormy weather that we've just had. So we are rocking about quite a bit, and I expect that swell, that swell's going to stay around for another day or so, but slowly it will calm down, it will get less. So we'll just try to make sure that we hold on tight, and that there's nothing down below to fall about. Okay, enjoy the view. One good thing is that we've pretty well passed high water, so we're on the ebb now, so we don't have to fight the little bit of flood that we were fighting before, and so our speed has gone up to 5.5 knots, so we'll making good time. Excellent, lovely day. So we're rounding Point Lobos now. There's the Golden Gate in the distance. The swell is getting quite a bit bigger, not too uncomfortable, but it's definitely there. There's the what would be the west side of San Francisco City, and the park in between, and then there's the point ahead that we're going to be rounding. Point Lobos it's called. So very pleasant day, very sunny, not a lot of wind, which is good in a way, because I'm really needing to get back into boat mode. I feel really rusty. Anyway, there we go. It's fantastic, just nice to be out here. The autopilot's working, so it gives me a bit of relief from the wheel, obviously. And the instruments, I'm having to get used to those because they're new ones to me, and everything's very different, so I'm having to work at that a little bit. But we'll get there, and enjoying ourselves in the meantime. Well, now we're looking towards Point San Pedro, very distinctive, and the beginning of quite a length of coastline, which is going to be really enjoyable. Very natural looking, very, very uninhabited, very rocky shore actually, but very, very nice area, very enjoyable. Very barren, you notice, although they've had quite a bit of rain with the storm that we had before I took off. Obviously this area does not have much greenery on it at any time of year, so pretty rocky. Just enjoyed looking at it. You can see San Francisco up there in the distance, the back end of it, the San Jose area. Quite a few seabirds moving around, flying around from time to time, including the odd pelican. Pelicans are not unusual to see in this area. The odd cloud there as well. Mostly blue sky, a little bit of cloud as the day wore on. We're making good progress. The tide is now with us. We're onto the ebb tide, which goes down south down the coast, and so we've speeded up. Still under motor. I'm seeing 6 knots of apparent wind just off our starboard bow. So that means that we're effectively have no wind. I mean, it's a good thing we weren't sailing. Anyway, I'm trying to show you the swell here. It's a pretty big swell, coming from the west to northwest direction, and rolling us about quite a lot. It's, some of the waves are bigger than others, of course. Here comes quite a big one. You can see the trough below and in between, and then there's a pretty high wave coming along now. So that's going to roll us around quite a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so roughly 10, maybe 12-second interval, and any time it gets down to 10 or less, it definitely has quite an effect. Okay, so I just wanted to show that. Of course, behind us we've got the Bonita Channel and Bonita Point, and then over this way we can see the San Francisco city. Okay, and here we're looking towards Point Lobos. We're going around, and then we're heading down towards Half Moon Bay. Just past Point San Pedro, and there's some of the southern suburbs of San Francisco in the distance there, and the mountain behind is Lone Mountain. All very much all very wild, and I think actually there we've got the Point San Pedro. Very, very rugged, very rocky. I'm keeping well offshore, make sure I'm in good water, and we won't be too much longer before we get into Half Moon Bay. It's just over 20 miles, 25 miles maybe at maximum. So I'm looking forward to getting in early, sorting myself out, and getting a good sleep early, because I'll have to be up early in the morning. So there's the view from the moment. Still the big swell throwing us around quite a bit, but reasonably well spaced out, not too bad at all. There we can see Pillar Point, and in fact, so here we have the coast nearby, quite a bit of housing buildings there. There's Pillar Point, and Half Moon Bay is just beyond. It's actually Pillar Pt Hbr is the sure we avoid that. And I think also the swell is going to make life interesting. Hopefully it won't make things too difficult. There we go, just trying to show the swell coming in, and at times, oh there we go, there's one coming in now. We are rocking it out quite a bit, and as I say, quite, oh there we go, completely high to the point, but it's, the swell is pretty high at times. We're heading straight to this red buoy. I had to change course in a hurry. The sea lion's enjoying it as usual, and taking off with us going by. Oh dear, good thing I came up when I did, because we were going to go pretty close to that thing. Getting quite close to Pillar Point now, having to be very careful with my navigation. There's some big reef and quite a few rocks around, so having to keep in. The water will get down to from 110 or so feet, which is what, about 40 meters. It'll get down to 30 feet, 10 meters quite soon. So yeah, I have to be pretty careful getting in what I do. So we'll leave you with the site of Pillar Point itself and the entrance to the harbour over there. You see some pretty nasty waves waiting on the reef, so we have to come out and around the other side of there to get in. Should be fine, we just have to be a bit careful. Turn now to starboard and hope to find somewhere to anchor for the night quite soon. So coming in, slowed it down, coming into Pillar Point Harbour very slowly. Interesting what this guy's getting up to. So here we are at anchor in Pillar Point Harbour, which is in Half Moon Bay, and we have a cormorant near us. We're hearing the hooting of the light, the entrance light at the entrance here, and let's see what else we can see. So that's looking south, where we'll be heading tomorrow, and this is the view over to the harbour entrance, looking westish, just after sunset, or around sunset. That must be just gone. And here we see a little bit of cloud over that way, not a lot. And here's Pillar Point itself with all the communication bits and pieces on it. So very nice and quiet without the engine running, and time to have some food, get to sleep early tonight because 6 o'clock I have to get moving, assuming oh there we have a pelican. Let's see if I can grab him. That's kind of flying off. Quite a few pelicans around. And also sea lions on these buoys, on the sea buoys, also just around the rocks here. I have to avoid quite a big reef coming in, and they of course love the rocks. Not that the reef had rocks showing, but it was causing the swell to break over it. Anyway, so here we are, resting and about to have some food. That would be nice. So here we see my trip down on my first day from San Francisco. And if you're enjoying my videos, do please hit the subscribe button. I'll be posting videos of my trip down south as often as I can, and I hope you enjoy them as much as I do.